Okay. For our diction principle that we're going to be working on, we're going to learn in hymn 97. So if you could turn there. And I picked this hymn with a particular purpose in mind, okay? Because there's something about it that about the diction, about the words, that if we were to sing it more correctly, it would make it sound a lot better, okay? So we're just going to sing a verse so we familiarize ourselves with it, and then we'll go from there, okay? Do 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 do. Ready, go. Lead time light amidst the encircling gloom. Lead me on. The night is dark and I am far from home. Lead me on. Keep thou my feet. I do not ask to sing the distant sea, one step enough for me. Lovely, thank you. Okay, so to demonstrate the principle that we're going to work on, I need a volunteer. Nancy?
I love to volunteer.
Thank you, Nancy. Come volunteer with me.
I'm Nancy.
Thank you, Nancy. Okay, what we're going to do is she and I are going to sing just one note, okay? We're going to sing ah, and I want you to sing a nice perfect ah. Okay? Ready, go. I. No, just say on ah, just like a lovely ah. You're good. Okay. What did that sound like to you?
Aliens.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird, huh? Okay, now sing ah again. What did that sound like?
Not aliens.
It's a lot easier to listen to, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what was the difference?
The vowels.
Yeah, and because my vowels, I was changing the vowels, and if she's on one vowel and I'm on another vowel, it sounds kind of funky, right? We were singing the same pitch, right? And everybody knows you have to sing the same pitch as other people. But if she's on one vowel and I'm on another vowel, then it kind of goes crazy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the principle that we're learning about is diphthongs. And diphthongs, some of you are probably familiar or at least have heard of them. And a diphthong is a part of English where a vowel has more than one vowel sound connected to it. Okay, so thanks, Nancy. You can go back in your little semicircle. So the example of the note we were singing is light. So light has more than one vowel in it. And if you listen to it, you can probably tell what that is. Light. What are the two vowels? Can you hear them? I and E. Okay. Light. Okay? So when we sing that, it's really important that you hear both, because if I don't, then it's lot. And lot is not the same as light. Okay? So you have to use both of the vowels in there. But if Nancy and I, in our example, if we were to sing that together, but I went light and she went light, and we changed to the E at different times, in theory, what do you think that would do, Stephanie?
That would sound really awkward.
It would sound
You'd be like,
awkward,
well,
right?
guess who just said light in there? That's why people, it was
Right.
ended.
Because exactly, because all of a sudden it would sound out of tune. Even if you couldn't see the mouse of what everyone was doing, all of a sudden, for half the note, it would go alienish, just like you said. So we don't ever want alien sound. We always want perfect, clean sound, but we still have to understand the word. Does that make sense? So what do you think we should do? How do you decide? I mean, when are we going to change to the E? You have an idea, Nancy?
It goes just before the consonants.
Exactly. We call it the 90-10 rule. 90-10. So we've got two percentages, 90%, 10%, but one vowel. So we're going to go light, and at the very end, that's when we put in the second part of the diphthong.
Okay.
Okay? So we're going to sing just the beginning, lead kindly light, and we're going to practice. I'm going to conduct you as if I were a director. No, it's okay. And because of the way my hand goes, I'm going to give you a downbeat on the word light, right? So it'll be lead kindly light amidst, and you have to try to hold out the ah as long as you can. Does that make sense? Okay. Ready, go. Lead kindly light amidst. Okay, how was that?
That's kind of tricky.
It's a little bit hard to think about, but let's do it one more time and hold out the ah as long as you can, okay? Lead kindly light amidst the encircling gloom. Okay, how was that?
A little better.
Okay.
Kind of.
It takes a little bit of getting used to, but I want to go on now, and I want somebody to raise their hand when we get to the next diphthong. Okay? Ready, go. Lead kindly light amidst the encircling gloom. Lead thou me on. Okay, we've got a couple of hands here. What is the next diphthong? Let's have Hannah.
Thou?
Thou. Okay, what are the two vowels that we hear in that word?
Ah.
Ooh.
Exactly. Thou.
Thou.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. So again, it'll be lead thou me, and you just hear ah. Lead thou me on, and at the very end, I'll just go ooh me. Okay. Ooh me. And the interesting thing, when we write out in the International Phonetic Alphabet our songs, we actually will write the second diphthong as part of the next word. That's how close it is to the next word. So we'll say that the first word is thou, and the second word is me. So that way you sing thou me. Interesting, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you literally will think that the diphthong is on the next word. Does that make sense? Does anyone have any questions with that? Okay, so now we've got light, and really we've got kindly, because we don't want to be kindly light amidst the encircling gloom, lead thou me on. Okay? So let's just sing that line. Okay? 1, 2. Lead kindly light amidst the encircling gloom. Lead thou me on. And continue. Raise your hand at the next diphthong. The night is dark and I am far from home. Lead thou me on. Nancy, we've got we passed a couple actually.
Yeah.
So let's see if these ladies can find at least one. I think we sang two.
Just one night.
Yes,
That's what I
night. And the second one, we've already sung it before, but vow.
Oh,
Again.
yeah.
Okay? So it's a little bit weird to pick them out until you're used to it, but now that you know, anytime you say the vowel I, as in I, mine, night, light, every single time that's a diphthong. And yet, in general, when we sing in church, we've got everybody going, night. And it makes, especially, you know, like a word choir, if people are changing the vowel, it makes it sound alienish. And we don't want alienish.
No.
Okay. So, the O and I. Can we think of any other examples? Whether you see it in the music or whether you can just think of one.
I can't get the line. I can't stand those. I can't stand.
Lesson number 1, diction. Any other diphthongs that you can think of?
I just have a quick question.
Yes.
So, does that ever apply to consonants? Like, is there ever a consonant that holds over to the next ever?
Yes.
Yes.
Like, does it hold over to the next word?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Oh.
So we would say
I thought you were asking like you would hold it out.
Oh,
Right.
no,
You never hold a
yes,
consonant.
Right. So we would say lead, kindly, light, amidst.
Okay.
So it would be the same thing if I were to write that out. It would say lead, kindly, light, amidst. So you would always put the ending consonant on the next word. And why do you think we do that?
To make me flow.
Okay, so we need a sense of flow. We put the diphthong on the next word and we put the consonant on the next word. Why would we do that?
It brings out the vowel.
Brings out vowel and it helps it to flow. Exactly. Because the beautiful part of singing is consonants or vowels.
Vowels.
Vowels. That's not beautiful, that's just consonants. Okay? So you put in the vowels, lead, kindly, light, and the consonants just kind of, it's like you've got a fire hose and all this water is coming out, those are the vowels. And then, okay, and then the consonants are like you just putting your finger in the water. But all the time the water is flowing, right?
Yep.
So you want the water to keep flowing and then the consonants are just and the same thing with the diphthongs. You don't want to go thou, me, on, and always morphing your vowels. You want the vowel to just stay flowing beautifully. Okay? So that is one of our big goals. Okay? Any questions? Okay. Let's go on to, it's still filming, yes? Can you make sure it's still filming?
I think so.
Okay. Good. Hope so. Okay. And so let's just go on to the second verse. And I want one of you to raise your hands when you find a diphthong. Okay?
Are we doing the second one
The
again?
second verse. So this is, the first one we run into is a different one than we've already talked about. But ready, let's see if the first word was I. Okay, 1, 2. I was not ever thus, nor prayed that thou. Did we hear one? Vowel, but even before that.
I thought it was ever at first, but I don't think so anymore.
Ever. So that one's.
Was I?
Yes, I is one. But we already talked about that one. I forgot about that one.
But? No. Nor?
Prayed? Wait, no.
Prayed. Amber! Genius! It's prayed. What are the two vowels? A,
Oh.
prayed. Okay? So we first have A and E, prayed.